I have never been as confident in all this crazy crypto manipulation as I am right now. And that's because of everything we've been seeing lately, but more specifically, if you start thinking about it, BlackRock and guys like JP Morgan, to guys like those, it'd be extremely beneficial if Binance were to, go down under. And no, I am not just saying that, it's confirmed and we all know it. JP Morgan says that the Binance settlement is a positive thing, as it eliminates potential systemic risk from hypothetical collapse. Now, one interesting note is that this is the absolute stupidest thing I've read, and it is on par with the attitude of the SEC. From any perspective, making a company such as Binance, which fortunately has the means to pay as they're extremely profitable, I've stated that before, in what type of world would making them pay a ton of money be more beneficial to preventing their collapse? Are you guys understanding what I mean? So Binance now has to pay $4.3 billion. Similarly, you might even add here that if FTX was wait a minute, all right? Wait a minute. Hot take alert, but I'm saying if FTX was helped rather than, jabbed or poked a little bit by Binance, most likely nobody would have lost their money. And if they arrested Sam Bankman-Fried then, after things were fine again, yes, FTT would collapse quickly after and things would kind of go crazy the moment he'd get arrested. But in theory, if they froze everything on the spot, which of course is not possible, but in theory, it could have been better. But because they're FTT back in, things would have probably still gone bad in some way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, in every way, shape, or form, poking a hole in an already fragile, balloon is not going to make the situation better. Where does that money go? Not towards the people. So, yeah. I'm not so sure why this would be beneficial if at some point they were about to come crashing down. Right now, they'd be closer to it than before. But like many have already been stating, take a look at this. Larry Fink, Jamie Dimon, and other Wall Street whales are smiling right now. Their chess moves are happening. Crypto startups being taken down, and Wall Street are coming in for the takeover of the market. It really does seem to be the case. It happened right before our eyes. Did you miss it? I'm bullish on Coinbase as BlackRock selected them to work with, so they probably won't fall down. And I mean, we've seen massive amounts of withdrawals from Binance just now. And if we take a little look at this snippet right here, this is interesting, right? Travis Kling, who's pretty well known for not being involved with my friends at Ikigai, but he has been ranting about this for a little while. And he specifically said, lots of chatter on this BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. And rightfully so. You guys can't see it in any way. There we go. BlackRock, more or less, is the US government. They've also received approval on 575 of their 576 ETF applications. One thing I'll say is there's no chance, and I mean zero, that this ETF is approved with Binance in its current position of market dominance. And to that I'll state, BlackRock, and this is a very massive warning, everybody watching this right now, make sure you press that like button. Many people are not telling you this, but I'm telling you this right now. BlackRock has already let go of massive warnings of USDT and USDC. I am not saying that they're going to collapse, but I am saying it might not be too long before other stablecoins or just the actual pair with the dollar are going to really find a significant rise, or rather that the dominance from stablecoins like Tether or Circle actually take another big hit. A BlackRock coordinated one, perhaps, just like how this could have been one. Once more, if this ETF is approved, Binance is either gone entirely or their role in price discovery is massively diminished. If Binance holds on to its current level of influence, no chance this ETF is approved. Which is why, for the most part, people are saying that this case here, whatever Binance agreed with, whatever Binance approved to, whatever, none of it was really fraud or anything in that nature, or rather, nothing was different than just running a crypto exchange and allowing people to have access. And so, even though they're still pretty freaking huge, they are losing a lot of money. And for all of you that do not know, he was already released from custody again. CZ put down a $175 million bond. And a little side note, do you guys know this guy right here? He's called Nas Daily, Dubai guy. Never met him though, but anyway, I'm not sure if he's from Dubai, by the way. Could be from anywhere. I'm just saying he's always around. He has a pretty good track record of, Sam Bankman-Fried in his video first, then CZ in his video, and now he's got one of the Polygon co-founders in his video. And I mean, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, right? But perhaps there's a trend here that whichever crypto guy he posts ultimately comes crumbling down. I'm not saying it is, I'm just stating the facts here. Perhaps this guy in some way, shape, or form knows more than we do. Anyway, at the same time, 2 additional interesting things have happened. And if you're wondering, by the way, there are many websites where you can see just what crazy outflows Binance has. But I'm saying once more, if you're looking for a different crypto exchange, you can see right here, Bybit is getting a ton of traction. You can't perfectly see it, but that's the exchange I personally use almost all the time. And for a lot of different trades, I use ZoomX, but that's mostly for people who want to trade, but their country has some restrictions because I believe they allow for everybody to trade, but there's some links down below to that. Anyway, like I was saying, some of the crazy things that happened are this right here. 𝗏 quotation marks here, exit scams again. Little while ago, there was a massive hack, right? With 𝗕𝗃𝗀𝗶 and with the whole 𝗏 situation. Now, just slightly after that, we have another situation that 𝗏 is involved in, theoretically. 2 other platforms owned by 𝗏 have just had another $100 million plus mysteriously drained from them. The HTX, which is recently, and now the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥. 𝗏 is again, which is $84 million, I think. 𝗏 is again claiming it's a hack, just like he did last week when his exchange, Poloniex, was hacked for 125 million. Okay, so I see now we might have a little double trouble here, actually, where recently was Poloniex, and right now might actually be HTX itself, or just the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥. Let's see. In reality, there were 0 hacks, allegedly, right? This is merely insiders exit scamming using the backdoors that they built years ago. Regulators are clearly cracking down crypto. First it was Sam Bankman-Fried, then CZ, and next it will be Sun. He's doing what he can. He's doing what all these criminals do when their time is up. They fake a hack and exit scam with everyone's funds. FTX had the same hack excuse, which is interesting indeed, days before they went bust, with $500 million going rogue, and so did the infamous Mt. Gox. And it makes you think indeed. It's pretty interesting that nobody cares about the whole FTX hack anymore of $500 million. It's interesting that nobody cares about this Poloniex hack anymore. And perhaps, I'm not saying 𝗏 is a bad guy or a scammer. Well, scammer, you can... I'm not saying he's lying about these hacks, but it is quite peculiar the way that these things are moving. That's all I'll say about it. Because indeed, everybody does know that if we're talking about the totem pole, 𝗏, even though he's not really US based, right, which does help out a ton, he is at some point going to be next. But again, the fact that he's not US based makes things so much easier, or at least not fully huge in the US. And you might be seeing this right here. Guys, I still get messages every single day of scams and, hey Dusty, there's an ad playing on your video. I can't do anything about it. If there's a Ripple giveaway type of thing, it's fake, it's a scam, they're trying to steal your money. But that's as far as I can go. With these scams, like, the thing is, I can only warn you guys about it so many times. I try to do it every week or so, just give you guys a little heads up again like we're doing right now. But it's pretty hard to tell everybody before they get scammed. Because, again, if it just happens before you watch the video, yeah, you should have watched the previous video. But maybe in that one I wasn't talking about it, yada, yada, yada. But if I was watching a content creator, a guy, a person, and every single video he talks about the same scam for a couple minutes, it's like, well, at this point we know. And that's the thing. For me, and for most people watching, all these scams are so crazy obvious, crazy easy to spot. Nobody's going to give you $100 million for free if you just send them 50 million. It makes no sense. Nobody decides, hey, let's give all this away with nothing in return. Yes, there's massive airdrops, but you don't need to send them money in order to claim the airdrop. And if you're unsure about it, just Google it first. Double, triple check the Twitters. Check it out over on YouTube for a bit. Just triple, quintuple check. If there's such a hurry and you only have a couple minutes, don't bother. Leave it. Because I'd rather, as I said before, I'm a maximizer of happiness in a lot of ways, but most importantly, I'm a minimizer of regret. I'd prefer to not get scammed, literally scammed, like drained, than me having those quick little gains. And I should admit again, sometimes I've had to act fast, but most of those times it's just you writing a number wrong and sending it to the wrong person. That's the scare. Not knowing whether or not you're fully talking to a scammer. Anyway, don't get scammed. Understand the manipulation that's ongoing, and days like this just make it so much more apparent we're all just small fries, man. These guys might have a way bigger game plan that we're just not sure about. And I mean, at some points, like right now, you can see a little bit of skin poking through the armor, but most of those days, you just don't know what they're planning. But again, make sure that you press that like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys again in another one.